Namaste. Yesterday, Mohan asked a very beautiful question. He asked that how does planet affect human life? It's a deep question. And in this podcast, I have answered it. So let's begin with this podcast. All the stars and planets are within us. This is the first thing to remember. The ancient Upanishads mention Aham Brahmasmi, meaning I am the universe. So it is obvious that whatsoever is in the universe outside is also within me. Aham Brahmasmi. We human beings are a whole universe moving on two legs. Reminds me of an incident. A very old woman, and she was a devotee of a great master. One day she called him and said, "An animal has bitten me." Incidentally, that woman was bitten by a dog. But the master asked, "What kind of animal has bitten you? 2 legs animal or 4 legs animal?" The question was symbolic. As long as we are not turning inwards, as long as we remain focused on the outside, always comparing, always jealous, always focused on others, we remain just 2-leg animal. Planet and stars are within us. Aham Brahmasmi, meaning I am the universe. The Sufi saint Rumi says, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." Aham Brahmasmi. Truth is always one. When I say planets and stars are within us, what does that mean? A planet is a tattva, essence. A star is the nature, swabhav. And a zodiac sign is the quality. Tattva, swabhav and guna. Essence, nature and the quality. When somebody says Seema is a good dancer and she is also a very good singer, it means that the essence, the tattva is of Shukra, that is Venus. These all are tattvas, the planet, Guru tattva, Buddha tattva, Shukra tattva, tattva, essence. So planet is the essence. And when her Venus is found in the nakshatra of Shatataraka or Shatabhisha, it simply means that the nature of the Venus is of Rahu, because Shatataraka or Shatabhisha is ruled by Rahu, and Shatabhisha falls in the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius signify the quality. So this is how you see the essence, the tattva, the nature of the tattva through the nakshatra, and the overall quality of it through the sign. And this is how the whole galaxy is within us. There is nothing on the outside. Always remember this. If you are happy within, if you have found your peace, then no matter where you are standing, whether you are in a marketplace, a crowded place, but you will always be in peace, because the peace is within and not outside. So this is very important to understand. The ancient seers and sages simply mapped these qualities within us with the planets and stars outside in the galaxy. So, what you are trying to see on the outside, what you are trying to find on the outside, is only to be found within and nowhere else. So you see, nothing precisely is on the outside, everything is within. That's what Jesus says to his people, that's what Buddha says, and that's what Mahavira says. That nothing is on the outside. The fear is also not on the outside, it is within you. If you are fearless, then you can walk in a graveyard and still enjoy it, just the way you enjoy walking in a garden. Because fearless you are from within. And if fear is within you, then no matter how many security guards are around you, you will still feel very fearful, uncomfortable. So what is within you is what matters. All the planets, that is the tattva, all the stars, that is the nature, and all the zodiac signs, that is the quality. Everything is within you. The ancient seers have just mapped it with the planet bodies outside. They have just mapped it. Always remember, what you seek is not to be found on the outside, but within you. God is not in the idols, but within you. Idol worship is simply to turn you inwards. But people try to find God in the idols, when in reality, God dwells within. God is not in the worshipped idols, it is in the worshipper. It is not in the object which you worship, it is in the innermost source from where the prayers come. God is always within. When Jesus was asked, when will the kingdom of God come? Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. The idol is just a form for the mind to turn inwards. Since common man needs some kind of form to motivate him to turn inwards, to make him prayerful, the idols were promoted by the Sanatan Dharma. It is necessary to remember that all our experiences belong to form, to the manifest. We have not known anything that is not manifest, that does not have form. If we have loved a form. If we have hated a form. All our attractions are related to a form, and all our repulsions are related to form. Our friends and enemies are all in form. Whatsoever we do is done with form. And so, even to experience the formless, the divine, we have to give the formless some form. Of course, that form will be according to your own liking. Some will experience the formless in the form of Krishna idol. Some may experience it in the Buddha idol, and some may experience it in Shiva or Ganesh idol. Pure formlessness cannot be seen directly by anyone. We don't have the capacity to see it directly. The formless has to come to us bound in some form. The idol becomes the form. Experiencing the state of worship becomes possible through the idol. But instead of experiencing the state of worship, we made the idol as God. The idol is not God. It is just a symbolic representation of the formless, the God consciousness. The formless is God consciousness. Some call it Krishna consciousness. Some call it Christ consciousness. Some call it Buddha consciousness. What remains the same is consciousness, whereas people give it a form by naming it based on their faith and liking. The chanting of God's name is also giving a form to your state of worshipping. The Divine Master Gondavlekar Maharaj used to say that chanting is the greatest miracle and key to your spiritual success. And chanting the name of Rama, Krishna, is giving a form to the formless. Chanting can be done in form of any name that you love. Jesus, Muhammad, Mahavira, Buddha, Krishna, Rama. As long as you are chanting, you are actually working on the planets, the Tattva, essence. You are working on your stars, the nature, and you are working on your signs, the qualities, guna, within you. Chanting, therefore, is the greatest spiritual practice, and I love all those men and women who take to chanting, meditate through chanting. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A devotee of the Lord can approach the supreme destination easily and happily. But this destination cannot be approached by any other process of religion, says Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON. Sitting before an idol, you can chant. That will expedite your progress in chanting the name of the Lord. However, it is not a must that you should have an idol before you. The greatest master, Bodhidharma, used to sit facing a blank wall, and yet his spiritual height was equal to Gautam Buddha. And so it is good to have an idol, but it is not a must to have an idol. But unfortunately, people made the idols as God, when God is not in the idols but within you. The idol is just to help you become more prayerful, more meditative, so that one day you experience the first glimpse of God within you, within your heart. The first glimpse of God has to be in the innermost shrine of your heart. If you have not seen Him there, you can go on talking about Him, but you will not ever be able to see him anywhere. Because people become too obsessed with idols and idol worship, God had to send his messengers, Jesus, Buddha, Mahavira, Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad wanted his followers to go beyond the idols, and so he opposed idol worship. His intentions were good, but look what his followers have done. The Muslims just went on destroying idols wheresoever they found it. Instead of overcoming idol worship, they became too obsessed with destructions of idols. So much so that in the whole history of mankind, nobody must have destroyed so many beautiful idols of gods and goddesses as the Muslims have. This is how the mad world is. Prophet Muhammad was saying exactly that what the Upanishads were saying, that God dwells not in idols but within human beings. But look what his followers have done. They just remained where they are, obsessed with destroying the idols, when their master wanted them to go beyond the idols. Islam is a very spiritual religion to its core. That was the whole purpose of Prophet Muhammad. But very few Muslims could actually understand the essence of Islam, and most of them were Sufis. The very example of Ganesh Visarjan is a beautiful way that conveys the fact that the idol is just an idol, and that is why we immerse it in the sea or river. That too after worshipping the same idol with so much love and devotion for 10 days. The whole concept of immersing the Ganesha idol that was worshipped for 10 days is a beautiful symbolic representation that the idol is left behind while the state of worship remains in your heart. Worship is an immersion. You begin your journey from the idol, which is one end of the process. The ritual of worship is the method through which you proceed. As you go ahead, the idol is left behind and only the state of worship remains. If you stop at the idol, you do not know what worship is. And if you move into the experience of worship, you will know the root of worship and the real purpose of the idol. When people worship the idol of Saturn, it is actually enhancing the qualities of Saturn within you. Whatsoever planet or god you worship in the form of idol, the same tattva, essence, the same nature and qualities of the planet or god you worship is enhanced and empowered within your being. Saturn brings trouble to a certain woman or man, so then why so? Because the qualities, the tattva and nature of Saturn within her or him is disturbed. It needs a tonic, and that tonic comes when he or she starts worshipping Lord Saturn. By worshipping Lord Saturn, they are enhancing the Saturn qualities within them, because the real Saturn energy or any planet energy is within you and not on the outside. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe. That is what the Upanishads say. You always have a choice to make. Worship the idols of planets or worship the idols of gods and goddesses. But when you worship, always remember that idol should not become a blockage in your spiritual progress. The idol is simply to bring you to the state of worship. When you reach the state of worship, then idol should be left behind, just the way the Hindus do Ganesha Visarjan. The Ganesha idol is left behind by immersing it in a flowing water, while the Ganesha worshipper remains in the state of worship, devotion, love. All that you do on the outside is impacting your growth within. You see, it is all interconnected. When you worship Lord Ganesha, you enhance the qualities of Lord Ganesha within your being. When you worship the planet Jupiter, you enhance the qualities of Jupiter within you. A man messaged me saying, "Should I worship Rahu?" I wondered that from all the planets and gods and goddesses, he found only Rahu to be worth of worshipping. It simply means that the quality of Rahu within him is pulling him towards worshipping Rahu. Whatsoever you are pulled towards a similar kind of energy. I said to him, if that is what you feel, then be it so. After all, we should not stop anybody from worshipping anyone. As long as they are worshipping someone, it is good. At least they can reach the state of worship, of devotion. All the answers are within you. All the universe is within you. Aham Brahmasmi. You will ask exactly those questions that signify your state of being, your current state of spiritual growth, your level of understanding. That is why it is said that the question matters more than the answer, because the question signifies the questioner's state of being. Meditate every day. When you meditate, there is absolutely no need of any idol. If you have one, it is fine. But if you don't have, then also it is fine. Because as mentioned, God is not in the idol. God is within you. And to experience the God within you, the idol works as a bridge, a very effective bridge that helps you reach the state of worship, the state of unconditional love, devotion, bhakti. The Bhakti Sutras of Narada mentions that the path of love and devotion is the easiest way to attain the divine. How beautiful is this? Very true. All the planets and stars and the good qualities within you will start enhancing within you when you start walking on the path of devotion and love, which is called Bhakti Marg. But who wants to listen? People are just rushing to do rituals and whatnot, but those few, those chosen ones will start feeling thirsty for the love of the Lord. And it is this thirst that will eventually lead you to the higher realms of consciousness. And then there is no looking back. The road is clear and you are ready to walk. The Sufi saint Rumi says, with every breath I plant the seeds of devotion. I am the farmer of the heart. Be the farmer of the heart. Become the farmer of your heart. Let love and devotion grow within your being. Love, devotion, forgiveness, and living your life with acceptance. These are the real keys to a progressive life, my fellows. But to reach to this stage, to receive these beautiful keys, first you have to start turning inwards. First you have to start chanting the name of the Lord. First you have to start being truthful to yourself. Meditate and love to all my listeners. Stay blessed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.